So what comes to your minds when I say 2021? Omicron, the Tokyo Olympics, or maybe the COP26 climate summit. Extreme weather events became the new normal this year. There was hardly any country that was left untouched by the impact of climate change. Governments have been blamed for falling short on their pledges while communities suffer. In our next report, we will take you through the major climate hazards that define 2021 and will unfortunately continue to affect us in the years or perhaps the decades to come. Take a look.
Glacial melt, sea level rise, wildfires, droughts. 2021 was the year when climate change hit home. The crisis could not be ignored anymore. Among the first victims of rising temperatures are our glaciers. Scientists have warned that the ice shelf of the crucial Thwaites Glacier might collapse within 5 years. This will lead to a rise in sea levels across the world. The trend is not limited to polar regions. In India, Himalayan glaciers are melting away. These glaciers feed nearby rivers. Now the locals are facing a shortage of water. Then there's the issue of thawing permafrost. We're talking about ground which always remain frozen. Thawing permafrost means the release of methane and carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. According to experts, the mires of western Siberia can contain up to 70 million tons of methane.
When the thermocast process intensifies, organic matter begins to decompose in these lakes, and accordingly, a lot of carbon enters the water, which is then released into the atmosphere either in the form of carbon dioxide or in the form of methane.
Iconic cities across the world are battling coastal flooding. Authorities have been racing against time to build a seawall in the ancient city of Alexandria in Egypt. Its shores are being threatened by coastal erosion. Another fabled city at risk of being submerged is Venice in Italy. Flooding has become a frequent occurrence in the city, famous for its lagoons.
Quindi noi viviamo con questa acqua alta e vedete il disagio.
We live with this aqua alta, and you can see the inconvenience. The aqua alta is a phenomenon. This is increasing more and more. It blocks all of the businesses. Venice lives thanks to craftsmanship and tourism. If there is no more tourism, Venice dies. We have a great responsibility in trying to save it, but we are suffering a lot.
Then there's wildfires. California in the US has been ravaged by a series of wildfires. Nearly 9,000 blazes have been reported this year. Officials have blamed dry weather for fueling the fires.
For the Yurok people, cultural burning has been a way of life for us. Fire is family. Fire warms our homes. It heats our food. It cooks our food. It protects our land. It restores our environment. It brings back food sources for our animals. It brings back plants and medicine and food that we as people use. It helps the trees to get more water to them once you remove that 100+ years of deadened down fuels that has been suffocating them.
There have been disasters, but communities also took steps to mitigate the effects of climate change. In Senegal, in sub-Saharan Africa, the land is desolate and arid. But there are small pockets of greenery. These pockets have been created by the locals. It's called the Great Green Wall.
The whole world is seeing that if we don't preserve or recover the forests, we are heading straight for the edge. So it is necessary today that everyone compromises to rethink this world and the forms of development that until now have been the basis of this massive destruction of nature by man.
Senegal shows that there's still hope, and that the planet can be saved from the worst effects of climate change if we act now. Bureau Report, WION World is One.
WION World is One is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.